John,
Before he gets
you're gonna run the
on.
camera. Some cameras over on.
Okay, you just want me to film it?
Yeah, I want you to film. Yeah.
Okay.
We always have a memorial to a departed Chicago poet here at the Gallery Cabaret.
We have gathered the talismans. We have litten the candle. And I call on the gods of poetry, good or evil though they may be, to help us bring the spirit of our departed sister through a reading of her poetry. Today, we're going to remember Sheila Bernstein. I didn't know she was a poet. I know she raised a poet. And the poet that she raised is going to be our feature tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Sid Yiddish.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been here. The last time I think we were here was like 20. Well, the Henchmen played here in 2012. Of course, a quarter of my band is here tonight. And also accompanying me tonight will be Dr. Nothing on piano. First, we're gonna go through my stuff, and then we'll go through my mom's stuff. So the first two I'm going to read are two poems I wrote for my mom. My mom passed on June 1st of this year, and ironically, my mom was a big Beatles fan, so ironically she passed away on the day that there's the 50th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper being released, so I don't know what it means, but sounds like my mom.
She chose the time.
Most likely. This one's called In Translation. Strangely queer, the smashing lumber inside my slumber, enveloping, cloaking, embracing my worst nightmare. Oh, wispy hum in the night sky, I look to the west, the stars wither and die. Oh, wispy hum in the night sky, I look to the west, the stars wither and die. In pieces they fall, my heart's tiny space. I look to the east, the terror etched in my face. Many moons she is passing through, stopping before me, waving like golden brown wheat blowing inside glowing lighted gates. When doors open, they creak. When doors shut, they slam. Oh, mother, my sky, I become you. Oh, mother, my sky, I become you. I am the flower you pick. I am the grass that grows. I am the songbird that sings at the top of his throat at 3:56 a.m. while it is nearly 2 a.m. where you are. But nobody knows when time stops, when the clock stops ticking, when the second hand is silently still. When the sun meets the meadow and your shadow covers the landscape like a checkered picnic blanket atop the hill. Conscious becomes tale. I am on the side of history that cradles you dearly in my brain. Acutely aware of words I admit. I know laughter isn't the state of it. Waiting for you to cross the street. Holding my hand you never let go. I am the poet you raised, rightfully so. I have worn the shoes you are now standing in. I am so lost, yet so found in translation. So this is the other one that I wrote. It uses some of the second one, actually the second one I wrote first, but no, the one I read first, I wrote second. But this has the same words in it, kind of. My mom loved to rhyme. That was one thing about my mom. I hated rhyming. But you only rhyme when you're in love, usually. It's called belonging. I spoke to you as you passed before my eyes. I told you that I loved you, but that was no surprise. So many things I can feel, so many words makes me angry, makes me sad, makes me happy, makes me glad. Makes me glad you are my mother. You chose to be mine. We said we'd love each other till the end of time. But nobody knows when time stops, when the clock stops ticking, when the second hand is silently still. Your voice still sweet, still happy, your life complete. I am your son. You will always be my mother. My mom, the Arizona babe, Ma Yiddish, Sheila B. You told me not to cry. I said, what should I do instead? Laugh? And that's exactly what we did. We laughed to the end. I love you, Mom, always and forever, forever to the sky. You are my strength to bind up my weakness. My soul is now speechless, filled with safe trespasses for your next road ahead. I love you, Mom, now and always. My tears flowing, I cannot come to grips with that you are going. My glasses fog up, I can still hear your heart beating. Though I am not ready, you tell me that you are. I'm smiling through my tears. You have given me my best years. I love you, Mom, always and forever. Thank you. So the next few, thank you in the back. So the next few I'm going to read, actually some of these I'm going to read, they've been written between 2012 to 2017, so my grad school years and post-grad school. So this is called Every Other Hour. A poem written in bed is better left unread, the old widow said. A murderer kills, a thief deploys, a child cries, social butterflies destroy any hope of sustenance. Are we happy because we care without giving the cold stare? A poem written in bed is better left unread, especially if it mocks you. So this one was actually published in an anthology out of Kansas City last I guess it's late last year. I think it's called Prompts, and it's on 39th Street Press. And this poem is called Bring Out the Dead. The flies are like beasts, like the priests, who fester and feast on the elderly. Nearly dead, the sun beats hot on the skin of the rot. On the skin of the rot. Sickened and gutted and old, the caskets they rise with manifesting former demise in the eyes of the living, surviving the dead. In the end, nature it wins, felling the sins cast down upon by nature. There are no truths like the lies of a stranger. So this is the only sing-along we get tonight. So the refrain is, go little bird go, fly away, fly away, fly away. I wrote it, it's actually called the Bird Opera, but I wrote it in grad school. and my band has done it a few times.
Yeah.
So this is called The Tale of a Little Bird. 1. In the old dying night, it is cold. I shivered, regurgitating the days and bird mares. Frostbite, rain, sun. Go, little bird, go! Fly away, fly away, fly away! In many a bird mare, I was often a jailed canary bird. Never thought much about flying, just laying eggs and strutting in line with all those other feather brains. But somewhere deep inside, I heard a young finch's voice, so beautiful, so pure, singing a tune I ain't never heard before. So I asked this finch where it learned that tune, and it showed me. Note for note, line for line, I knew something was different as I felt myself cooing inside. Go, little bird, go! Fly away, fly away, fly away! Go, little bird, go! Fly away, fly away, fly away! So I spread my wings and began to fly around my cage, almost clumsily at first, and then I got back onto the perch, directly into the line of fire, much to the chagrin of the prison raven's demonic desire. It was then that I began to sing, and sing loud and clear, sung a song so dear and meaningful that it rattled the rest of those caged birds, and so it began the greatest revolution in birdland that ever ceased to be. And out of their cages they flew, shook a tail feather or two, and tweetered and twittered and cheeped and chirped. And now I strut and sing on my own. And then there was now. Whence came you, my bluebird? Harmonious song shrieked from your beak as you sang a melody so strong and sweet. You kept me in warm and feathered. You kept me warm and feathered in your nest, safe from harm's way. Saw to it that I wouldn't fall out. Fed me knowledge, kept me from becoming cuckoo. And when time came, you let me fly on my own. You're crouching on a lowly branch today. Though you don't admit to how bad you feel, I can hear the warbling wail within your voice. Not your choice, you sing, but it is the way of the jay, and this is just one of those times. I beckon backwardly, briefly, and try not to cry. You tell me to just wing it as you watch me disappear into the sky. You hang your head low. You knew I had to go, but you crack a smile to yourself, ramble on as if you were the most happiest bluebird in all the world. Go, little bird, go! Fly away, fly away, fly away! Go, little bird, go! Fly away, fly away, fly away! Go, little bird, go! Fly away, fly away! Fly away.
Yeah.
Boy, that clapping out there, that just sounds like Henchmen material. This is called Afraid. I am afraid of not being afraid. Afraidish. After the fact, I tell myself convincingly. Why am I not afraid of sleeping alone when I'm afraid of sleeping with the wrong person? Why am I not afraid of eating alone when I'm afraid of wasting a meal with bad conversation? Why am I not afraid of getting laid when I'm afraid of bad sex? Why am I not afraid of being with someone else when I'm afraid the next one might not be the one? Why am I afraid of being alone when I'm afraid of being with someone who makes me feel alone? Because I must be what I am. For being what I am is not foolish, just coolish. Though others will be afraid to understand. and I won't be. I won't be. Right. So this one's called I Want to Just Be. I want to just be down by the sea. I saw them crawl, the sloth, the slut, the Neanderthal. The salt of the ocean lay heavy on the sand. The sting of the crystal be fallen upon my hand. For there is no path but the chosen one that I will seek. The decisions are lost upon the mind that is meek. Forgiving the bothersome, foregoing the chance, I am done with maybes. I am at last ready for the final dance. For dance I must make, merry it should be. The moment I saw my own mortality flash in front of me, banging a whistle, the common bird nesting in the thistle tree that grows on the land flying high over the sea. That is me. I have hung long enough with the whore, the liar, the cheat. I look in the mirror in the air and I see myself in the path of deceit. I no longer want to be amongst the slut, the sloth, the Neanderthal. I just want to be. A couple more lines and then we'll get into the monster. We doing okay on time, Dave? So this is one that I wrote in Denmark in 2014, Christmas 2014. So their Christmas is really weird, but America's weird. Anyway, this is called, it's a short one, it's called No Guns for Christmas. No guns for Christmas, no planes for war, no hostages held by terrorists like so many times before. In Denmark, the paper had read 3 people dead from New Year's Eve bombs held in their hands, showed their photos on the front page. I wondered aloud if it was better to be just part of the sea. This is a postgraduate school poem. It's called Character Actor. I am talking about burning bridges. Bridges I built and those about to come down. My fault? Theirs. I don't know. I can't feel them because they are living inside this glass house. You can't feel much, only see their lives as they let you. That's something I never try to do with purpose. Honest, I didn't mean it. It was a little accident. A little voice rings in my ears. Good enough. Let others do the burning if they must. Let themselves snap each other into 2. Let them come crawling back, come crying out for you. Make them miss you. Make them beg you for mercy. Let them tell you they are sorry. Slipping inside and outside of character, that's what traveling is for, the wise old man once said. You can be what you want without batting an eye. You can be that fellow girl and guy and wake up with a hangover and clap your hands. I think I need a change. A change like tires that have gone flat. I need a change before I become like that. So these are the last of mine. This is called If Only I Could Play the Guitar, and I wrote this last fall. If only I could play the guitar, I'd tell you in a song how wonderful you are. The heart you might not realize you have. The strength in numbers by the power of one. The soul in your heart by giving it all to one. By the power of suggestion, you've unclogged some of the congestion that I've struggled with for the last 2 years. The work interrupted, not damaged or corrupted, will go on, even without you standing by. I cry when I write these verses. I've shed a lot of tears thinking, breathing, how to respond to you being gone. I wish I could play the guitar. I would tell you in a song how wonderful you are. So, let me tell you some things about my mom. This is a picture of my mom. I've got this unfinished draft I'm working on about our favorite cactus. My mother lived in Scottsdale, and she would always take me to this cactus, this cactus that would give the middle finger. This is it's true. So every time I'd go to Arizona, Mom would take me to the cactus. Last time she couldn't remember where it was, but I insisted we go, and we found it. But that's coming along sometime later. My mom was pretty hip in terms of music. She knew who Gigi Allen was. If anybody here knows who Gigi is. Okay. One guy, two guys. Okay, one, three.
We don't want to win.
Billy Allen.
Yeah. Well, anyway, one day I called her up. She had just heard the version we had done, myself with Clean Voice from Denmark, and I called her up, and one day she just said to me out loud, "Bite it, you scum." So she knew, like, her music. She had a room in her condo. It's called the Bob Marley room. The only reason it was called the Bob Marley room, there was a Bob Marley calendar that hung in the room. She called it the Bob Marley room. But she listened to a lot of reggae. She listened to a lot of punk, a lot of Cuban music. But the one thing that we did share was love for the Beatles and Liverpool, England, and baseball. My mom started writing poetry late in life. She started at age 73, and she had maybe a handful of them published. My mom was not internet savvy by no means, so I would, when I would talk to her, I would transcribe her poems and then type them and then send them to the right place. She was published at two places online. Poem for 800, which is the celebration of the 800th anniversary of Liverpool, England. And also bardball.com, which is a baseball poetry website. And my mom didn't have, as I say, didn't have the internet, but she used encyclopedias. She read a lot of books. People still use books. I like that. This one is called A Letter to King John. Dear King John, if only you knew how we ennoble you, You were the driving force, of course, that gave us Liverpool. You empowered our ancestors. Yes, you were the source. And through 800 years, though 800 years have passed, and Elizabeth now is the queen of the realm. Thanks to you, dear fellow, we have this book we all partook with our creativity. Cheers, dear king. Ride forth on your handsome steed in glory. So this one is kind of a favorite one of mine. It's called For Liverpool is My Home. Ebbing and flowing, where are you going? Out to the sea and back? Why would you want to return to desolation, bleakness? Some here have lost faith in you, jobless, downtrodden, bearing no fruit. Reach within you if you have a soul. Take flight, some already have. I'll stay a while. The wife says it'll be for a trial. No food on the table, little ones crying for a measly crust of bread. It's home, it's all I know. Am I a coward? Am I afraid to go? Nay, nay, I'll stay. Come what may, I'll stay. For Liverpool is my home. So, like a lot of, I shouldn't say older folks, but I think a lot of folks past 55 maybe, they seem to like to do crossword puzzles. So this is the one thing we had a conversation about was she would always find like Yoko Ono in the crossword puzzle. She'd always appear. I swear, it's like almost every day for 3 or 4 weeks, and then she'd disappear, and then it would be George Harrison, and then it would be John Lennon, or it would be Paul McCartney, or it would be the Beatles, or it would be Ringo. So this is a real short poem about that. It's called Number 3 Across. I find it everywhere I look, in a magazine, a newspaper, and even my crossword puzzle book. Mrs. Lennon, son of John, lovely Rita, Mr. Starkey. I'm happy that it's there. What joy it brings to me. I always know the answer. There's no escaping. Although you may be a Stones fan, a Chili Pepper, or in love with the boss, you never find them at Number 3 Across. This is kind of along the same lines almost. This is called Conversations. My mom they traveled a lot in the 80s. They went across to Europe. Really cool things. My mom told me about the Cobra that she got to see in the basket and put down my fanzine as payment. You know, that's just what my mom would do. So there's a picture somewhere that exists out there of Cops Hate Poetry sitting next to a cobra. It was in a lift in Ocho's Rios, and then again at a restaurant in Madrid. Tourists having banal conversations. Something like this. Me, Chicago. He, Liverpool. Me, the Beatles. He, Al Capone. For a moment, friends rather than acquaintances. World travelers, mates, kindred spirits. This is actually a little longer, and I guess my mom kind of wrote like me, a lot of short stuff. This is called The Working Class Lament. It's brush me teeth, straighten up me tie, have me a bit of breakfast and kiss the wife goodbye. But let me tell you, mate, the life I'm living is nothing but a lie. Why, it's scouse, of course, that makes me the man I am. The 9 to 5, I don't give a tinker's damn. It's down with me chums at the pub that I love. Sure, it's the chips and the ale that I crave. But me mum, she told me, you're not a bum. You're an Englishman, not some scum. We're not common folk. We come and go as others. Then it's drag yourself up from the gutter and don't be behaving like your brother. So it's brush me teeth, straighten up me tie, have a bit of breakfast, and off to the pub I fly. Sorry, Mum. So, got 3 more. These are the 2 baseball poems she had published at hardball.com. And this one's called At the Old Ballpark. Peanuts, popcorn, cold beer, shouts the voice of the vendor. Of course we're at the ballpark in all of its splendor. It's the crack of the bat, the spit of the pitcher. Well, sure, you get the picture. Root for the home team. It's a shame if they lose. What the heck? I'm tanked up on booze. Baseball. There's nothing to match. Where am I now? Wrigley Field. Match.
Yeah. Go Cubs.
Yeah. Where are they this year?
Second place.
Yeah, that's good. This is called Crosstown Rivalry.
Yeah.
A tattered scorecard, a pennant, an autograph or 2. For most kids, that will do as a souvenir from a day at the game. A doubleheader, what could be better? This kid, 2 to 3 times the age of your average player, never had a prayer that she would return home with such a treasure. It was a foul ball up in the stands. Grown men ducked, children raised their mitts aloft, but it was I who caught the ball. The crowd gave a cheer, and this kid went home with her souvenir in her purse. And the Cubs beat the Sox, so what could be worse? The South against the North. Oh, how that ball did soar at this modern day Civil War.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to tell a really brief story about my mom. My mom she was a teacher, and she retired here in '99, and then they went to Arizona. And then my mom, for a few training seasons, taught the children of baseball players. And amongst them were Raul Ibanez, Colin Christian, Felix Hernandez, the King, Edgar Martinez, who played for the, I want to say the Mariners, and also Jerry Harrison Jr., who played for the Sox and now the Dodgers. I'm still trying to get this photo of my mom. She told me that she she was dancing with Jerry one time to a Beatles song, and he said he snapped a photo of them. I've been trying to get the photo ever since. But my mom, that's sort of my mom's influence with baseball and poetry. And of course we have one lone Sox fan in the family. I can't help that. And the rest of us are Cubs fans or Diamondbacks, depending on how you look at it. And by the way, the Diamondbacks are doing really well this year. Okay, I know there's no Diamondbacks here, fans here, but I know. Okay, so this is the last one. And my mom also wrote haiku, and so I'll read this one twice, I think, because that's what happens when you do haiku. I think it's twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is American haiku, and my mom gave this one to me, and I've used it in my work many, many times. You might recognize it. This one's called just haiku. It goes like this. Bedroom slippers wrapped around my bunions, you keep me warm. Bedroom slippers wrapped around my bunions, you keep me warm. I really want to thank Dave Gecic for having me out here, and also for all the other people who read, and for Dave lighting the candle. It definitely means a lot
We
to
have
me.
to thank your mother for sharing your poetry with us, and you have to blow out the candle.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Sheila.
Thanks, Mom.
Any last words?
Well, last words. My mom suggested a few things to me. She said, and I would like to pass these on to you as well. She said, don't hate, love, don't hold grudges. Grudges never get you anywhere. They get you gray faster. Or maybe no hair, depending on how you look at it. I don't know.
Did she make you a poet?
She helped. She helped along the way, yeah. Yeah, she did. And she said, be strong. And that was that's been one of the hardest things to do. This last month I've had a lot of ups and downs, and, all kinds of things. I've never thought I would be friends with attorneys, but that's a poem somewhere down the line. Too many jokes about attorneys I have. That's like cops. That's another story. Anyway, what I want to share is be good to each other, love one another, hug when the hug is there, even when the hug's not there. Hug, just hug. And actually, what I'm going to ask is, if you have a friend there somewhere around you, just go up to them and hug them. Just hug them. Just hug them.
Yeah!
Just hug them. I mean, everybody hears
Yeah!
I guess nobody believes in hugging. I ask you folks. I mean, come on now, hug. Get up and hug each other.
It's homophobia.
Yeah, well, you know, what can I say? That's over with. That was during the week. That was over the weekend.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Well, the parade was.
Oh, okay. I thought it was that Facebook thing we talked about. Which we'll never
Oh,
talk about.
yeah. Well, sure, whatever. Well, Robin's here, so we can't say anything.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, that's
Now
it.
you have to say it.
No, I don't have to.
No.
No, we don't have to. Anyway, we don't have to. It's not a rule. Anyway, thank you very much, and
Yeah.
thanks for being polite. And I'll come back one of these days. But I do want to plug a couple things. That other project I have, Sid Yiddish and his Candy Store Henchmen. We are playing at the Mutiny on August 11th. We're playing with another band called Glass Bell, and I can't seem to recall the other band, but I think it starts at 9. It goes till 1 if you stay out late on Friday. Some of us can't, some of us can. And if you feel like following me to Iowa, I'm performing this weekend in Walcott, Iowa, which is in the Quad Cities, and I think it's the name of that band, so it's going to be Traveling Band. It's a Traveling Henchman Band. I think that's when it's going to be called Sid Yiddish and his Anal Sausages. So anyway, sorry, Amanda. Sorry, Don. Sorry, Don. All right, that's it. We're done. I'm finished. I'm sorry. You know what? One more thing. We should give it up for Dr. Nothing, who is part of my band.
Hey!
He's the guy in the piano. Because now half a quarter of my band is here, but we're not going to play. I promise. Promise Dave, we're not going to do that.
Well, we gotta get out of here because there's a
Show that starts setting up at 9 o'clock. So thanks for coming, everybody. We'll be back here on July 11th. And thanks for coming, everybody.
Oh, sorry. It's okay. You stop. I got it. Like this. Like that.